88.6 Ponyville FM. With a bit of luck, I've got Josh on the phone. Are you there, Josh?
Yes, I am there, D. Hello.
It actually worked. Good on. This is. We sort of got it last week, but anyway, you're here to talk NFNL football. I've got a bit of a not so much a gripe. What I looked up round 3 and it said last week's scores, whatever it was, and then I looked up round 4 and it said next week's scores. So on the NFL website, it's sort of cut out what happened last week.
Well, it's looking ahead a little bit, the website, which is a good thing because obviously last weekend is a couple of days ago, but always look ahead to this weekend. There
was no results for the weekend's games. But
yes, there were results.
There were results, but I didn't see them on the website. That's all.
Yeah, just have to on the website. I think you might just have to click one back. So it's
I tried it anyway. Let us know what happened. Let's start off with Division 3.
Yes, we will start down in Division 3. Fitzroy Stars on ANZAC Day, 22-23, 155. Defeated Old Eltham Collegians, 3-6-24.
22.
Yep, a big win for Fitzroy Stars. Eddie Betts played for them, kicked 5 goals.
Wow.
Had not a bad day. Reservoir, 21-16, 142. Won their first game in more than 600 days against Laylaw. Laylaw kicked 6 goals, 5-41. So a great victory there. 100-point victory for the Mustangs. Lorimer, 17-9. Yeah, massive. Lorimer, 17-9, 111. Defeated Mernda, 7-8-50. Kilmore, 11-11, 77. Defeated an inaccurate Heidelberg West, 7-15, 57. But the biggest talking point, Kinglake are back potentially. They defeated Epping, 13-10, 88, Kinglake, to Epping, 11-4, 70 out at Epping Recreation Reserve. I will say this, Brett McCaffer was a late out for Epping, so bit of a loss there for the Blues, but they were able to get over the line, Kinglake, in an upset, because Epping obviously won a final last year. Kinglake didn't make finals, but
and it was at Epping's ground too, as well.
Yeah, it was at Epping's ground, absolutely. So a big result for the Lakers. Have a big game this weekend, which we'll touch on later.
Yep.
Do we want to touch on? We'll touch on later.
Hawk into second division.
Yes. So the NFNL match of the day was out at the Winton Park. McLeod defeated St Mary's 12-16, 88 the Roos to St Mary's 7-11, 53. The Borough were leading by 6 points at 3/4 time, but McLeod, they ran rampant in the final quarter, kicked 6 goals in the end, 6 goals, 6 to just the one behind, and won by 35 points. A great victory there for the Roos and make it back-to-back wins through McLeod after defeating Thomastown in round 2. Diamond Creek, 16-19, 115, defeated Alparadians 139. That was a night game out of Goodtree Oval. It's a thumping.
What's a big thumping? What was winning margin again?
106 points.
Wow, okay.
Diamond Creek do enjoy playing under lights, though. So
they do.
A big victory there for the Creekers. Penn Hill, 10-8-68, defeated Watsonia 6-6-42.
Wow, Penn Hill keep on cruising along, don't they?
Yeah, 2-1. Penn Hill only lost to St Mary's, and they had a slightly weakened lineup that game. Let's just put it at that. So, Whittlesea, 12-11-83, defeated Lower Plenty 6-13, 49. Resilience shown by the Bears, a good effort against the last year's minor premiers in Division 2. And Anzac Day, Northcote Park, 8-11-59, defeated Thomastown 5-9-39.
Northcote Park with the win, yeah.
Yeah, some talking. Probably a big talking point is that Thomastown are 0-3. They've gone through a bit of change. They've lost some key names. Anthony Capici is out of the lineup at the moment. They're missing some players, but
that's true. But Northcote Park aren't too shabby anyway either. They're not too far from being when they were in Division 1. So yeah. Yeah,
and they're a side that made a late charge towards the end of the season. When they get their best side.
That's right. They started off a bit ordinary last year. Then they just went bang, 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 and started putting wins together. So
the
obviously,
start of the season last year, everything wasn't going right at all for them. So things are starting to turn around under Anthony Palmer for Northcote Park in a massive way. That game was Anzac Day as well in MC Labour Division 2.
right.
Division 1.
Let's move on to Division 1, yeah.
Yes. Well, that Anzac Day game was just as lopsided as the Fitzroy Stars Old Eltham Collegians game. Heidelberg 23-13, 151, defeated Banyule 4-7-31. This was a first versus second clash heading into this game. But Heidelberg, they just do what Heidelberg do.
They keep on kicking mid-20s goals, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, and they're winning by big margins to start the season. They're just such an unbelievable lineup. The Tigers.
We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks when they play Montmorency.
Yeah, we will. I guess we will wait and see. Greensborough 14-9-93 defeated South Morang 7-13-55 out at War Memorial Park. So second win for Greensborough. Bundoora, they went down to West Preston Lakeside. The Roosters 13-9-87 to Bundoora 10-8-68. Your Magpies team, Montmorency, 14-10-94, defeated Eltham, very inaccurate, 8-16-64. Were you at this game?
I was. Eltham played a really good first quarter and were very inaccurate. And then Monty came out and kicked about 6 or 7 goals, and then that was basically the margin till the end of the game. Both teams played all right, but it was that second quarter that got them that buffer in front, and they stayed in front.
Yeah, I think that's whenever you get a handy buffer, and as good as Eltham were on Good Friday, would have taken a bit out of them. So them and Greensborough have a bye this coming weekend, which I'm sure they'll enjoy, having played all weeks throughout the season. And then finally, probably the most exciting result out of the weekend, the draw at a Ben Freeley Oval.
Really?
Hurstbridge 13-14-92. North Heidelberg 14-8-92.
A draw, really? Wow, this is the first I've heard.
Yeah, you'd expect a close contest between those two sides. They are two finalists from last year and have been neck and neck, really, over the past couple of years and played off in a final even in 2023. So, look, it's...
There you go, a draw. So that'll change things with percentages and stuff, won't it, eh? And
I think
locations.
Unless either one of these sides draw again, percentage doesn't matter anymore for sides. It's because these sides will be potentially battling it out for that second down to fifth spot. I think Heidelberg, they're looking like the benchmark yet again. You never know. Things can happen, but Heidelberg are looking really good to start the season.
Okay, so what's happening next week on Saturday?
Well, Melbourne Greyhounds Division 1.
Okay, let's go to all three. We'll quickly run through 3, 2, and 1.
Yes. Well, we will start with Division 3 then, and out at Waterview Rec Reserve, Murder take on Ivanhoe. Old Eltham Collegians take on Lorimer. Reservoir take on Heidelberg West out of Chris Park. Laylaw take on Epping at Laylaw Reserve. And the Country Cup is set to take place. Kilmore up against King Lake at J.J. Clancy Reserve. They do have
the Country Cup.
Yeah, because it is the two of the sides that are on the outskirts or right in the country area regions of Melbourne. So it's going to be a good game, I reckon. One. That's the one. That's the one I've got a close eye on in Heidelberg. I've got Division 3, Division 2. Yes, MC Labour Division 2. Penn Hill up against North Park.
Good match.
St Mary's up against Whittlesea at Watmote
Another good
Park.
match. Another good match.
It's a good match. Watsonia against Diamond Creek. Paradians up against McLeod. And I can confirm the NFNL match of the day will be between Lower Plenty and Thomastown, because this weekend it is the Pat Cronin Foundation round.
Absolutely, yep.
Yes, and of course Pat did play for research and for Lower Plenty and tragically lost his life 9 years ago now, remarkably, and his legacy still lives on. So if you're at an NFNL ground, at an NFNL game this weekend, be sure to get your yellow armband. Every team will be wearing a yellow. Wearing a yellow band in honour of Pat's memory. They've been doing that ever since the Pat Cronin Foundation was founded after his tragic passing. But
I have a couple of guitar stickers of Pat Cronin on my guitar case. So
Yeah, he's
It's an important thing.
It's a terrific what the foundation, the Packer Owen Foundation, is doing, and his legacy still lives on. So, but yeah, that will be the NFNL match of the day. No Nick Sacco for the NFNL match of the day.
Yeah. He's in the Bahamas.
Yes, he's departing. His last match of the day was on Saturday, and they have a new host for the NFNL match of the day and a new media manager for the NFNL. If you haven't heard already, it's myself who's the lead media manager. So,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to taking on the role. It's exciting, and looking forward to this weekend. The game out at Montmorency Park, South Oval. So, of course, if you want to catch that game, 88.6 FM.
Yep. Let's quickly go through Division 1 and then we'll keep on. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
What's happening with Division? You say it.
Yeah. South Morang up against Heidelberg at Mill Park Lakes Rec Reserve. Banyol against Bundura at Beverley Road Oval. North Heidelberg against Montmorency out at Shelley Street. And West Preston Lakeside against Hurstbridge out at J.E. Moore Park. As I mentioned, Eltham and Greensborough do have the bye this weekend. So, some interesting games. Plenty of interesting ones across the NFNL this weekend. Be sure to keep a close eye on all 14 games that take place this weekend. But the most interesting one, North Heidelberg, Montmorency.
I'll be down there in the scoreboard. It'll be good fun.
That'll be fun, no doubt.
And on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, they can hear you on the podcast?
Yes.
On Plenty Valley FM.
Well, Nicholas Sacco will be on the podcast, but for one last time. So from this week for the NFNL match of the day, it'll be myself taking over, and from next week for the NFNL podcast, it'll be myself hosting. So
we'll have to start calling you the Colonel or something like that. Colonel Josh Ward on the edge.
Just a quick hello, Josh. Sorry, I didn't say hello to you at the start, and a quick goodbye because you're right on time. Yes.
Did you hear? Kat was organising stuff. Josh has taken over the media role for NFNL. He's the head honcho now. We have to call him Colonel Josh.
Colonel, we have to take our hat off to you. Okay, we'll wear a hat. All right, then.
Thanks,
Josh. Next week.
We'll talk to you next week. See you later, mate.
Bye.
Yeah, talk to you next week. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
See ya.
Catch Drive with Dee and Kat on Mondays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.